All right, like that, we're live.
Oh my God.
It happened quicker than I actually wasn't even expecting it. I got to put my Movi in here. Hey, friends, welcome. Turn the volume up. All right, we're having dinner here as a family. I haven't eaten yet, but just wanted to say hello, do a little Q&A, touch base with you all. All right, let me put, Nezzy, can you turn the heater off?
Okay.
All right, it's gonna be a little wobbly. There we go. There we go. Get the Movi on. Bam. We got camera stability. What do you think about that? Hey friends, what's going down? All right, let's talk about keto desserts, epigenetics, and fasting. All kinds of good stuff. Hey friends, what is going on? What is going on? And then, yeah, Deanna's coming over here. Jim D is in the house. Little impromptu live. You know, I'm having an issue syncing up my camera with my computer. So, yo, Kelly Miguel. Lolly, what's going on? How's Denver? Hey, we're doing an event in Denver, actually. I think you're from Denver. I think you said that a while ago. Let's see, it's gonna be January 8th. And then we're doing an event in Boulder on the 7th. So Tuesday, Miguel from Poland, amazing. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys and gals know about some upcoming events. Talk about keto desserts, talk about the epigenetics of fasting. And Spive is in the house. What's up from Australia? So, Andre, what's up? So yeah, if you guys have questions, let me know. This is not like we kind of have an idea of some things, some topics to discuss, but part of these lives is to get some just some Q&A and just kind of touch base. Grace, what's going on? Nicole from South Dakota, thanks for being here from South Carolina. Gosh, we got all kinds of friends in the house, which is really, really cool. So friends, if you like these lives, you can hit that like button and leave us a comment and ask any questions that you have. So. Deanna and I were just kind of sitting here talking. We had a team dinner last night, had the high intensity health crew out to dinner, and we were talking about desserts. And Deanna made an amazing cheesecake, which is gluten-free, dairy-free, all this, everything free, but it's not keto. And it was really interesting, the mindset going into it. So there's a little dates, there's gonna be a little natural honey in there. So there is sugar in there, right? Just a little bit of sugar. But here's what we were both kind of talking about is like, because there's naturally occurring carbohydrates and sugar in there, that you don't perceive it as being a free ride. So you're less inclined to overconsume it. And I think it's a really fascinating thing that, we get sent keto treats and keto cookies and all these things all the time, which is fun. And we're grateful for that. And I think it's pretty exciting that people are doing, we got the whole fam. Buckwheat. Yeah, so this is super informal, but anyway, I thought it's pretty fascinating that so Kelly's saying she had made the cheesecake and it was super yummy, but knowing that it actually has carbohydrates in there, aren't you a little bit less inclined to overconsume it and eat it? I don't know.
Kelly, like normally what I do is I'll put like monk fruit in, so it was a little bit of a test. And I'll make these desserts and I'll add like Lecanto monk fruit and they're delicious. But what we're finding is that mentally, even us, when we do that, we tend to have bigger portion sizes and more servings of it throughout the day. Literally like AKA crush it, right? So you can move it back here, Mike. It's right.
No, I need it for the audio now.
Oh, okay. So basically what I did this morning was I made a crust with the dates. And so it didn't have honey, but it had dates. And I made the typical like cashew.
You want to go
filling.
get it so everyone can see it in a minute?
Yeah, I'll get it in a second here. But basically, I used cashews instead of, which are higher carb than full-fat coconut cream. And when we had a slice, because we have a sweet tooth, like we just love our dessert. That's just, we're human, right? Had a little slice, and I noticed that Mike had a much smaller size than normal, and I did as well. Just a little bite of the real thing. So there's something to be said for just having a real slice of the real thing versus like picking on all these keto treats with these artificial sweeteners, even though they quote don't spike your insulin. There's a brain body connection. They do, and they cause cravings. After I had that slice, Mike, with the dates in it on the crust, I didn't have the wicked sugar craving that I normally do after having the keto desserts that we'll make with the monk fruit. Mm-hmm. So
it's
I'll
interesting.
go grab it right now.
Yeah, go get it. So yeah, I mean, the point here is not to talk and trash keto desserts or say they're bad or anything like that, but it's just a mindset shift, and we kind of make this we give these things that have low carb or 0 calorie or, keto, whatever. Yes, she is, buckwheat is keto. Question just came in. We give these things a free ride, and they shouldn't be a free ride. So I have I read the newspaper on the couch, so that's the newspaper behind me, just
There
in
you
case
go.
you're wondering.
So this was made this morning, and it
Oh
has the
my
dates.
goodness.
I usually put a topping, but I just didn't have a chance to get the.
Are you gonna make the
topping.
topping? Put some collagen in there.
Oh yeah, I am making the collagen topping, but I just want to show you guys, like, you know, this normally would be like crushed. Like Mike after
Crushed.
leg day would crush it, and when I got back, there was just like this much gone because I had a little piece after. And you know what? That's all we really wanted today. So it was just it kind of fit our sweet tooth and
Yeah.
had a little date. It was probably a lot healthier than a huge half a pie of keto, right? I mean, it's unnecessary.
Thanks, Joelle.
Too much of a
Joelle,
good
where are
thing.
you from? It is tasty,
It's
and we have the recipes.
tasty.
Actually, that's in the. Is that in the OMAD course?
This one
We can-
isn't, but I can give you guys the recipe.
Yeah, we have a ton of recipes. So, all right, let's get into some questions. What do y'all got? Spive has something. Janet says she doesn't need desserts. Hello from DC. Maggie, what's cracking? Andre says sugar tolerance, ADB, pancreatic health. I'm not really sure what ABD means in that context. So if you could explain, that would be amazing. So that's our 7-year-old kid, and a question did recently just come in asking if she's keto low carb. She is keto low carb, but part of the way that we make sure that she's healthy is we go for walks as well. We do a lot of exercise. So we're gonna go for an exercise session after this little live and go outside and all that sort of good stuff. So exercise is one of my favorite ways to get into ketosis. So what's up from Maryland? All right. What do we got? What else we got? Let me see here. A video of you guys eating normally. Yeah, we should do that, shouldn't we? We need to do that. Thanks for the inspiration. Dopamine hits. That's funny, yeah. Rob Bacon, it's your birthday today, man. Happy birthday. That's amazing. Good for you. Jim D and Spy are talking to each other. So Laughing Jim says, I'm just having berry smoothies during my eating period with meat while basically doing OMAD. Interesting. I find that if I do berry smoothies with meat, if I do a lot of carbohydrates, I'm not vilifying carbohydrates, but if I do fruit with meat, I get like a blood sugar crash. I find mixing carbohydrates with protein is no bueno.
I just want to show you guys what I made tonight for dinner, because an example of the fatty meats that we eat. There's some fatty beef ribs. Sorry, it's not the most pretty looking dish here.
Oh, it's looking good.
And then there's some extra.
Can you point to the heart, because it looks kind of funny on camera?
Sure. So there's lamb heart here, and there's beef rib. I've already had my portion. I
In the
ate
slow
early.
cooker.
It's leftover ground beef, and then I made it with garlic. And then there's some enoki mushrooms, which I put seasonings on, some oyster mushrooms, and then some leftover avocado. So just kind of eating in season right now. Not a lot of greens.
Those are
'cause
mushrooms.
They're not in season greens, but we do eat greens.
It's
We're
not-
not
it's not
completely. We're not 100% carnivore. No, we just eat a lot of meat. And you'll see more fresh herbs when they're in season.
It's awesome.
and greens,
So 2 things I want to point out there that I think is important to recognize is the cookware that you use is super important. So a lot of companies right now, as you know, are having like holiday sales. If you're cooking on a Teflon nonstick pan, you got to get rid of that. So we normally cook on, was that called, not Cuisinart, but Cuisinart?
Cuisinart.
Are you sure it's Cuisinart?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's,
La Croisette.
La Croisette.
La Croisette, and then the, what's the other, cast iron? We have a bunch of cast iron stuff. I think it's Skillet or Lodge, I think is another brand. So that's what we use there. So yeah, a question came in. How do you cook the beef heart? So
Pan fry it or slow cook it.
I don't like it slow cooked. Here's what I do, like Deanna says. I pan fry it, so I'll take a little butter or a little ghee, put it in the cast iron or stainless steel cookware. Add a little bit of garlic, have some sea salt from Redmond Real Salt, and bam, it tastes phenomenal. So that's one way to do it. What do we got? Maggie's saying, I have some lamb heart I need to use, thinking about making some Oregon chili. That's a great idea. So here's what's cool about lamb heart is it's rich in coenzyme Q10. It's rich in taurine. It has electrolytes. It tastes good. Just get over the fact that it's a heart. People are all weird about organs. So what else? Yeah, Rob Bacon's getting an awesome birthday wishes from everyone, which is really, really cool. Okay, so Keriko says, "Hey Mike, I was thinking, do you know how you can load with creatine for a week?" All right, so creatine loading, that really comes back from science in the late 90s. I remember because that's when I first started taking creatine. The loading phase had to do with taking it alongside dextrose. And that was when the only creatine available was creatine monohydrate. You don't need to load creatine. I just take a creatine from Albion. I take 5 grams post workout or intra workout. So you don't need to load it. That's old science. You know what? This paper's bugging me. I'm gonna move it. I love reading the newspaper. It's been a weird habit of mine for a while. But anyway, Antony says, does liver really contain all these metabolites and toxins as people say? The liver doesn't store toxins. Your liver has enzymes. Liver in general, of animals as well, have enzymes. By the way, this is Brett Contreras' book. We keep it right here, Glute Lab, because I do a lot of stuff like right here in the living room. It's a great book if you don't have it. So yeah, getting back to liver, Lynn Patrick talked about this on a podcast maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Your fat cells store toxins. Your bone marrow stores things, but and your bones store toxins and all that. The liver doesn't store things; it metabolizes things. So just keep that in mind. And this is where food quality comes in. You don't want to get liver from cattle that are fed Skittles, right? All right, what do we got? Kelly again. Kelly, what's happening? Kelly said, I left the sweeteners out when I made Deanna's cashew cheesecake, and it still tasted good. Kelly, thanks for that. Kelly, I think do you order the collagen as well? Your name looks so familiar. I know you're part of the courses, but I can't remember if you're out there on the East Coast. So what else we got? We got some other good questions. Where do you guys get your organs in the USA? From local farmers. It's the best place because it's right there. There's so many farmers, unless you live in like downtown Manhattan. There's a lot of farmers that you can become friends with, and guess what? People don't like organs, and so you can take advantage of that and get these things for a super good deal. Every week, Deanna gets. Deanna, can you grab the ribeye fat or the suet? Yeah. You're gonna dig this. You're gonna dig it. All right. The alcohol for you guys. Yeah, we had some wine last night. I used to love alcohol way more than I do now and have a glass of wine or 2 or 3 sometimes every night. Now it's like a treat. I have found that just with better sleep and things like that, I'm not trying to get buzzed like I used to want to. All right. Do you want to give away the secret?
Of what?
How you get this?
I bake cookies for our local butcher.
Here, come over here.
Yeah, you know what?
And we'll hold up. Why suet in the first place?
Okay, well, first things first. This isn't suet, you guys. This is actually ribeye fat. So this is even better.
So
And this
it
is
only
typically
costs
something-
$1.69.
Yeah, this is typically something that butchers will not give you because they use it to in their sausages and hot dogs and so forth. But
Here, come over here, Mark.
basically, what I did was, like you can get suet. Suet's pretty easy to get to. It's the fat around the kidneys. But sorry, I might have food on my mouth. But
Just come over.
basically, hold on, I'm just showing them here. Basically, I just begged these guys at our local natural foods place and said, hey, like anything you can give me, I would really greatly appreciate. And I show them a lot of kindness every single day, and they don't get that a lot, I mean, people are pretty rude normally to just people that work in grocery stores. They don't give them benefit of the doubt, and they're just not kind. And so I show them a little love and bake him some cookies, and every week he just hands me a bunch of this, so we give it to our dogs, and
We have it too all the time.
yeah, we use it when we have lean meat, so.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
No, it's a really good. So, a lot of people say keto or carnivore or all that is super expensive and it's hard to do and everything. I see where they're coming from. If you're buying organic cold pressed coconut oil and out of season avocados, that's gonna be super expensive. But getting fat from animals, especially the fattier cuts of meat, people don't want that. They're all scared of fat, and so that's just a very affordable way to do that. Romano, thank you so much for that nice note. I'm super grateful that you're enjoying some of the content that we're putting out. So you have a question here about thoughts on cod liver oil compared to beef liver. I didn't know that people ate cod liver. I know they take cod liver oil, but maybe that's the thing. I'm not sure on that. Anthony says, are you drinking dry wine? So that's a really good question. I don't have a subscription with Dry Farm Wines. I probably should. But what I do is I try to find organic, small, when I buy wine from the grocery store, I'll make sure to ask the wine broker if it's from a farm that practices organic practices and stuff like that. And just want to remind you, if you all are tuning in right now and you like these rather informal lives, can you just hit that like button? Then that's how I know if I should do them. That helps. Kelly says, I love your collagen. Thanks for remembering me. I've noticed my hair is more healthy since incorporating. Yes, I knew I recognized your name, Kelly. Gosh, my hair and skin has improved so much since taking the collagen. It's pretty profound as well. Okay, so Gabrielle says, thoughts on cooking versus raw meats and organ meats. Yeah, so I think if you're getting really good, high quality, animal products from pasture raised, grass fed, all this hormone free, I think there's probably some small added benefit to having raw periodically, but probably not all the time. I think it just depends. I realize that everyone comes from different socioeconomic classes and levels, and finances can be a touchy topic. So, I definitely wouldn't go to Safeway. I wouldn't go to Costco and have anything raw. That's just me personally. If you want to do that, more power to you. But if you know your farmer and your farmer lives within a 200-mile radius of you, and you can get meat that's been recently processed, have it raw. I'm cool with that. Okay. Yo, what's happening there? King Joe 51. Tammy says, I buy cod liver on Amazon. All right, Tammy, let's talk. So as you guys know and gals know, I have a supplement company. We do sell stuff on Amazon, but I always encourage clients to buy directly from us because you know what? When you're buying, especially things that are prone to becoming modified through heat, that's where you don't want to buy things off Amazon. Because cod liver oil and any oil in general is susceptible to oxidation. As much as we all love Amazon, they do not control the humidity or the heat in their warehouses. So when you're buying fat, someone just wrote it out there. So again, I'm not trying to get in hot water with Amazon. We like Amazon. We order stuff on Amazon. We order books on Amazon. We order things we can't find anywhere else. But food and food-like products that are susceptible to moisture, susceptible to heat, with all due respect to what amazing things Amazon offers, you don't want to buy that off Amazon. So we do have a really cool cod liver oil type product that is MSC certified. Dana, the omega-3 Resolve, if you could grab that in a second. So it's derived from cod liver, but it has these pro-resolving mediators that are really good for modulating the body's immune response. So that's what I would suggest. Of course, I'm very biased, but it's a super clean, highly concentrated form of cod liver oil. Rob Bacon says, things roast in delivery trucks regardless. All right, dude, I gotta tell you a story, man. So we distribute cod liver oil and we distribute krill oil. So this is the cod liver oil that I highly recommend. It's gonna be backwards and upside down for you guys, but the omega-3 Resolve, what's unique about it is it's from MSC certified fish and it's really concentrated in the pro-resolving mediators. So just wanted to throw that out there. If you do take cod liver, super great price on that and high quality form. But we've had some clients text us pictures. These are regular customers, bless their hearts, really nice people in California that they purchased krill oil from the website that I was referring to, and it came and it was completely melted. So again, I'm not saying don't buy supplements on the internet. What I'm saying is your fat susceptible, heat susceptible products, even protein, you want to get it direct, maybe stock up in the winter time when it's cool. So you have it for 6-8 months. So it's not, especially, in August and July when places are really hot. Or if you live in a hot part of the country, that can be a problem. So keep that in mind. Again, I'm not trying to pick on anything, but we gotta realize that just the logistical feasibility. And the cool thing is some of the manufacturing partners that we work with, their buildings are humidity and heat controlled, which is really awesome. So Tammy, I understood your question. Got it. So you buy cod liver. Crazy. I didn't know you could buy just cod liver. That's impressive. I had no idea. Adina says, are Adina's raw veggie bread recipes keto friendly? They are, Adeline. Got an Excalibur dehydrated phone call. So sorry if I cut out. So it looks like I'm back. So yeah, the question was about the recipes. All of our courses are on our website, courses.highintensityhealth.com, and we're gonna have a great promotion going on for Christmas. So someone says, keto put me in the ER. How did keto put you in the ER? I'm curious now. You got me curious. Okay. Oh my gosh, Anthony's saying that he purchased boxes of keto bars and they melted in July. It's a hard thing, man. It's tough. So Maggie says, I agree. Certain beauty products like etc. Have warnings about ordering in the summer. Yeah, so you got to load up in the cooler months. Cod liver is in a can. We have it at local Asian store. Wow, it's cool. I'll have to check that out. I had no idea. No idea about that. Jenna is saying, I refuse to be strong-armed by my insurance company to get prescriptions in the mail. I live in Arizona. Gotcha, understood. Insurance companies have us by the you-know-whats. All right. So definitely look into Norwegian canned cod liver. It's similar to beef liver, fat soluble. I had no idea you could buy canned. Deanna, did you know that? You can buy canned cod liver. Nez, what do you think? She's like, cod what? I don't know what that is. Okay, someone is starting fasting tomorrow and keto tomorrow, which is amazing. In a can like sardines. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Sounds cool. Happy Faffy coconut oil MCTs suppress sugar cravings. Yeah, MCTs are very ketogenic. They can affect cravings for sure. Will Hunter, hey Mike, thanks for all the work you do. What are the best supplements for activating AMPK? Well, I happen to have one right here. So fish oil is amazing, as is berberine hydrochloride. And so since you asked, Will, I wasn't going to talk about this, but we put together this autophagy enhancer bundle featuring those two products. Again, just shameless plug. It's on our website, myoscience.com. And please use the promo code HIH to save on that. But yeah, the autophagy enhancer bundle. So to enhance AMPK, guys, what is this? This intracellular kinase AMPK. You know, there's a few different adenosine monophosphate kinase is the kind of abbreviated terminology for it. That's what AMPK stands for. This does trigger a myriad of different intracellular processes, including autophagy, but mitochondrial biogenesis, fatty acid oxidation, exercise, fasting, eating keto, taking berberine, taking metformin are all ways to naturally increase this this powerful pathway that is linked with longevity and all that. So anyway, thanks for that, JG Lee. So friends, yeah, I know it's getting late for a lot of you. I just wanted to hop on, say hello. We haven't done a live in a little while. Something is going on with my connector that connects my camera to my computer, but just wanted to kind of hop on here and touch base with you. And got a ton of research, filming a lot of videos tomorrow. We'll be talking about how calorie restriction and fasting affects epigenetics. So super interesting. Kinjo51 has an amazing question. Inositol has been said to lower testosterone in women with PCOS. How does this affect men who take it? What an amazing question. Maybe I should make a video on this. So Kinjo, I love that question. You're right. Inositol does some amazing things for women with PCOS, but here's the mechanism as to how it works. Inositol is improving. That's a little loud, brother. I'm almost done. Inositol is improving insulin sensitivity, which is driving the hyperandrogen state in women with PCOS. So that's it. The thing to keep in mind is the mechanism. It's not that Inositol is necessarily inherently decreasing testosterone and androgens. It's doing so by way of improving insulin sensitivity. J Rose says, how rude. No, people tune out, J Rode. People tune out when it's there's a lot of noise. So check it out. So men with low T, so insulin resistance and blood sugar perturbations drive hormonal imbalances in men and women differently. So in women, insulin resistance drives the formation of more androgens, and that causes hair loss, that causes growth of facial hair, that causes all these things. But in men, the insulin resistance drives the formation of estrogen and aromatization of androgens and all these sort of things. So we need to keep in mind the mechanisms. So Inositol is a wonderful nutrient for supporting blood sugar health and affecting insulin sensitivity, but it does so by way, the way that it's affecting hormones is by improving blood sugar regulation. So that's the thing that you need to understand is it's the mechanism through which it's working. So men don't have a problem with reduced testosterone levels. Does that make sense? My doctor said you're a quack and doctor of chiropractic. I'm not a doctor of chiropractic. But if your doctor said you're a quack, that I'm a quack, cool, good for him. He probably doesn't know who I am, but if he does, whatever. I don't really care. Anthony says, fasted workouts in the morning, first meal at 2:30 p.m., pasture-raised eggs, organic bell peppers, grass-fed cheese, then a quick shake. Okay, cool, man. Good for you, Anthony. George has one last question. When should I take magnesium, calcium supplements? I would say after exercise. I would say before bed. Okay, that's what I would say for that. Rob Bacon, did you get your MyDNH test back? No, I haven't. I keep checking the website every day and I haven't gotten it back yet. So that's cool. So Super Trap 007 says, I love that. Love the live action. Cool, man. Yeah, it's been a little bit. My computer and camera are like not friends anymore, so I have to do it on my phone like this. Tim 100% says so many different types of magnesium and potassium. What do you think is best? Well, it depends on the goal that you're trying to achieve with the magnesium. For example, I mean, again, shameless plug for Bioscience. We have 5 different magnesium products. One just magnesium bisglycinate chelate that's great for absorbing systemically. We have a magnesium citrate potassium blend that's like a DIY electrolyte. We have a magnesium that's really good for brain health, the magnetine, which is a form of magnesium that crosses the blood-brain barrier and all that. So, magnesium comes in many different shapes and sizes. It's like saying, well, what's the best leg exercise? There's really not. I mean, you could squat, you could do goblet squats, you can do lunges, you could do leg press, you could do deadlifts. They all affect the legs, but they affect the legs differently. And so there's not really one magnesium that's the best. So Thomas, Mike, how do you break your fast? It's an amazing question. So when you're fasting, you actually become a little bit insulin resistant. I know it's crazy. You're like, wait, I'm fasting to improve my blood sugar and you're telling me that fasting induces insulin resistance? Yeah, within the muscle tissue it does. So you don't want to break your fast with a bunch of carbohydrates. So a little bit of protein, a little bit of fat, that's what I suggest, okay? So a question came in, Drew, Mike, what's the best kind of collagen? 100% bovine collagen. Of course, I'm biased. I sell one of the cleanest 100% bovine collagens that's actually manufactured in Germany. So optimized collagen peptides by a brand Bioscience. So I think it's super clean. A lot of companies out there are just selling gelatin. They're not selling you the actual peptides that affect hair, skin, and nail health, and we actually do that. So Spive21 says magnesium and potassium will stop cramps. Spive, you are on it. Yes, someone is saying here, the fitnesser, I think that's how I pronounce your handle, just know magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide, not really a good form. So thanks for that comment there. So John Reed says, love you. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Okay, Antony says, how to keep a tight feeding window when working out late. You know what? Work out after you've eaten. So you can have dinner earlier, then work out. You'll still have a pretty good workout. So you could have dinner at like 6, and if you need to work out later, just go work out and don't have any food afterwards. You'll still have amino acids from your last meal to help with the muscle recovery. Okay, Maggie Noir says, what do you recommend for cramping? I find I get foot and back cramps. Yeah, man. So DIY electrolyte. So red mineral salt and DIY electrolyte, which is potassium citrate, magnesium citrate. It's one of the most cost affordable ways to build your own electrolyte. It's $12.95 a month, guys. That's why I built it. Super affordable, and we're gonna come out with a powder very, very soon. So DIY electrolyte by Bioscience. We got the Bioscience right there. Okay. What are the different forms of potassium? Jim D, I think you're right. Yeah, I think that is. He is not talking about me. He's confusing me with that doctor you mentioned. Um, yeah, so what are the differences between different forms of potassium? So what I know, being in the manufacturing space, you can buy the raw material, potassium citrate and potassium chloride. I don't know of any other forms of potassium that are commercially available. And I don't know how absorption, potassium's pretty readily absorbed. Does anyone know the form of potassium in the potassium salt that you can buy? That's like the salt alternative, sodium alternative. I don't know. Hey, thanks for that, Stevens, RDS. Tim 100% says, I did my first marathon on the weekend, powered by body fat. Dude, congrats, man. That's amazing. Are you telling me you did it fasted? I wouldn't recommend magnesium supplement for cramps. Just try some fruit. So George, fruit is not really a good form of magnesium. I hate to be Captain Obvious here, but it's just not. But I'm not anti-fruit either. So I think your point is interesting, but I think sometimes, especially if people exercise and they're low carb, they can do well from getting magnesium supplements. So Jim D, I'm with you, man. It's hard. I've tried for a long time, and yeah, so that's why we came out with that product. But anyway, friends, if you enjoyed this super informal live, sitting on the messy couch, this is our house, just hit that like button. That just lets me know that we should do more stuff like this. Tammy says, a product called No Salt is 100% potassium. I know, but is it pure potassium, Tammy? Or is it potassium chloride, potassium citrate? I don't think it's 100% just pure potassium. Dawn says, what do you need to help kill cancer? Gosh, I mean, I'm not an oncologist, but I think fasting helps. I think exercise helps. There's a lot of keto helps. I mean, there's a lot of things. Cancer is very tissue specific. There's a lot of different things going on. Hydration from quality sources containing electrolytes. Yeah. Okay. Someone is saying that the salt is potassium chloride. Yeah. Okay. We sell potassium citrate in DIY electrolytes. Buckwheat, you want to come here and answer some questions? She's being shy. Okay, so Karen says it's potassium chloride and acid tartrate. Interesting. Good to know. All right, all. Well, I appreciate you tuning in on your evening. Hope you have a great evening. Thanks for sharing your time with us, and hopefully this was helpful, and we'll catch you down the road. Bye, guys and gals. How do I end this thing? All right, I think I hit the button there. End.